Welcome back to SwitchCorner. My name is Alex and today we're going to be taking a look at my favourite Switch deals covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. Now this video, it is any price goes, so it's a little bit more on the pricey side of things. If you want budget, check out Thursday's edition where I keep everything there sub at $10. With that though, like, hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. Join our growing family and let's get started. So a bit of a quieter week this one for you. We've only 10 games to break down for you all, but before we do get started, as always, I have two winners to announce for two $10 eShop gift cards later in the video, as well as, of course, two more to give away. Now all you need to do to enter, drop a comment down below and the winners, they'll be announced in next week's video. So first up then for the week, we've got Relicta. It's coming in on its first ever sale and it's a very decent 35% off. I reviewed this one on the channel and all games that I've covered, I'll be linking those in the pinned comment down below. But I called it like slightly above average, but it's a first person puzzle experience. It's trying to channel its inner Portal, but the overarching theme with this one, it's all around magnetism. It goes for this almost adult story that feels honestly a little too forced at times in its voice acting, but overall I like this as first time discounts go, and the music here as well is great also. Pumpkin Jack then is back with a new low price of 40% off, an old school kind of third person action platformer. You are the title Jack, you're out helping evil annihilate the good. Some great level design in here though. I just love the overall visual style as well. You kind of get to experiment with all these different weapons. And then the soundtrack here just absolutely just nails that overall theme. The only real weakness here, a few on-rail sections that just don't deliver. They rely on more trial and error rather than skill. Thankfully though, there's only a couple of these moments in the game, and this is another one I've reviewed here on the channel. Alright, so Dusk Diver continues to drop and we get another low price with 50% off. A third person action dungeon crawler. Essentially you're working with gods to save your world, your home. The gameplay really has two parts, the exploring and talking in the colourful overworld. I really like this part of the game. And then when you're exploring, you find these tears that lead to the almost dungeon crawling side of the action. That's actually the weakness though. It's very repetitive in these moments and visually everything is just kind of grey when it obviously shows so much potential. Still fun to be had with this one though, and my full review again, it is linked down below. Windbound then is a game I really did not like at launch. The idea was sound, but the release was just broken. Thankfully, I can say its issues seem to be behind it now with the patchwork completed, and you can play now without the fear of the game crashing on you at every turn. That's a problem in a game where death meant actually restarting all over again. When the game crashed, it considered it a death. The gameplay though itself, it's decent third person survival, so I think a ton of exploration. You've got a boat, there's combat, there's crafting, and yeah, you're basically trying to get out of this place. It's rocking 40% off though. It's a good price, and I think fans out there, you'll definitely find a lot to like if you like your survival experiences. So our first winner of the week then, it's going to Ronan with an A, who seems to be new to the world of Switch, struggling to kind of keep up with a number of new releases and deals that can be found on the console. It's something that we pretty much all experience nearly every day. Congrats though Ronan, drop me an email to claim your code, and everyone else, there is still a second winner coming up later in the video. Aerial Knights Never Yield then is back on sale, matching its launch discount of 10% off. Not a huge discount, but it's a cheap game to begin with. I reviewed it. It's another one that I called here above average. It's basically an auto runner. You're being pursued for, well, something. The game just kind of stumbles when it comes to that, the story and the plot points didn't always make sense, or at least I couldn't really figure out what was going on. Towards the end game as well, then it has a few frame rate wobbles to kind of wrap things up, but overall it's still a fun ride. The gameplay is very tight and the soundtrack is just incredible and just worth listening to even if you don't pick up the game itself. Beautiful Desolation then is one I never got around to reviewing, but I really enjoyed it. It's currently 33% off and that's the first ever sale it's seen. Don't let that visual style though set the wrong expectations here. This is a point and click adventure all about exploration, talking. It's the story basically where it absolutely wins. It throws you into the future. Seems to be a common misconception though with this one, just from the way it looks. It's going to be something like a Fallout experience, and it's definitely not that. Where this one though really excels with that story though is the cutscenes. They're just real strong work, really well produced, and I wish the game honestly had more of them. The only issue on Switch here, I'd say it's for sure pushing the console, and the image can be both small and pixelated at the same time. Still suggest it though. I was really impressed and I really enjoyed the ride. Alright, so fighter fans, Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate is back, matching the low price with 60% off, and as feature-rich fighters go, this is about as good as it gets, whether you're here for, solo play online, maybe you want to face its 2 story modes, and then this edition actually brings together not only that base game, but all DLC fighters, as well as what is called the Aftermath expansion. Great fighter though, mechanics are about as good as they come. I think it looks great on the Switch personally. I know some have a few issues with the downgrade they're seeing here, but then as well, if you do have the base game already, you can still buy the Ultimate expansion that is on sale at the moment as well, and it is at a new all-time low price. So my personal pickup of the week then, meaning I can't necessarily recommend it, rather maybe you'll want to join me for the ride, and this is actually a recent one, MUNDAUN, which I think I'm pronouncing right here. It's a first-person horror survival experience where you're out to reach the top of a mountain with all sorts of like puzzles and enemies along the way, rocking a super unique black and white visual style, though the reviews out there seem to, well yeah, really like it, and it's on sale to the 22nd of the month, so I'm going to check it out this week. And then next week, after I've spent some time with you, I'll kind of give you all a very quick, basic opinion. 30% off though, that was enough to tempt me in personally, and it's a new all-time low price for the game. Our penultimate game of the week then, this game is Fuser, and it was a blast. This is matching the low price with 25% off. It actually saw a permanent price drop just recently as well, but what I like here though is if you're tempted, it's currently got a free trial running until July 5th, 11:59 PM PST, so head there, check it out, see if it's for you before you do buy it. It's unique though, it's from the creators of Rock Band. You're a DJ kind of crafting your next mega mix at like a festival, and as you progress you can actually battle it out, you can DJ online, and you can come up with those custom mixes. It's just a surprising amount of fun, and my full review, you'll find it down below. So our second winner of the week then, it's going to Arms, who was interested in Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. Great game, side-scrolling action RPG meets farm sim almost, and well worth the current 30% off. Still on sale as well until like July 7th if you haven't jumped on it already. Congrats to Arms, drop me an email to claim your code, and everyone else, drop a comment down below for your chance to win in next week's video. So with that, onto our final game of the week then. We're sticking with music here, and that is AVICII INVECTOR Encore Edition. It's a new low price with 25% off. This is the deluxe edition of the game, so it's not only that base game, but also an additional 10 tracks. And if you like your AVICII, you like his music, this is absolutely going to be worth a purchase, as it builds the whole idea around a spaceship moving in time to the beat. It's just very cool stuff, honestly, with different difficulty options, and yeah, I was overall just seriously impressed. If you are unsure as well, this also actually has a free demo available on the eShop, so maybe start there, check it out first, and then see if you want to drop that cash. And that's it, another week down. Bit of a quieter week this one, but I'm sure most are going to be happy to give the bank account just a little bit of a rest after all, the E3 deals emptied up a whole lot of bank accounts. Will you be adding anything to the library this week though, or are you going to be holding onto that cash? I know that there's a lot of big releases now in the next 2 to 3 weeks, so yeah, kind of trying to save some of my cash personally just for that. With that though, a shout out to the patrons of the channel who are just going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Now if you do want to check that out for yourself, I have linked it in the video description down below. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.